Hey guys, it's me, Elisha Stanton. Welcome to the Elisha Stanton Show.
Hello there, everyone. It is I, the Riddler, here to tell you all the greatest origin story of how I became known as the Riddler. The name is Nigma. Edward Nigma, kiddies. This is the story of my past. I'll begin with how I made up some great riddles. The career of the riddler's began years ago with a school history contest. Tomorrow, each of you will receive a disassembled jigsaw puzzle. The first to put it together wins a prize. I had a win, sure. After all, my name's Edward Nigma, Nigma. But after school hours, I secretly opened my teacher's desk. And the next day, Edward Nigma was the first to solve the puzzle. He wins the prize! Puzzles are okay. I'm going to learn how to solve all kinds. I soon became known as a puzzle expert amongst my friends who didn't know that I cheated. I knew you couldn't solve that bent nail puzzle in 5 minutes. Let's see you do it. Palming the puzzle, which I'd previously fixed so it was impossible to open, I substituted a regular puzzle for it. And, see? Opened. Wow! Your name sure fits you. I cheated on puzzles, grew to be a puzzle expert, and still cheated. Solve that Chinese puzzle and I'll pay you. If you don't, and I do, then you pay me. I'll try it. Of course I win again, since I have each piece marked with an invisible ink which shows up only when viewed through my dark glasses. But the small pickings of a carnival attraction do not satisfy the crooked puzzle master. I'm clever enough at puzzles to baffle even the police, yes, and Batman, too. Why don't I commit puzzling crimes? I'll make each crime a duel of wits between myself and the law, and fix the puzzles so I'll always win. But first I'll need an appropriate costume. So is born one of the strangest of public enemies, the dangerous, tricky criminal known as the Riddler. That's what I call myself, for that's what I'll be to the Batman. That night, as a crowd watches Gotham City's newest and cleverest advertising sign, Cross the Cleaning Co. presents its nightly crossword puzzle for your entertainment. While in the sign's control room. Here, let me give you a tougher puzzle, the Loudony rope tie. Try to solve this. What? When Batman sees my crossword puzzle, he'll really be cross. And hereby are two cloaked figures on their nightly patrol, Batman and Robin. Look! Let's get to that sign control room fast. Oh, Robin, we're too late. The Riddler, whoever he is gone. Minutes later, we'll accept his challenge. Let's see. A 5-letter word for a waiter utensil that would be basin. Then the 6-letter word for a public way beginning with an S must be street. But what's a 7th-letter word for a formal dinner, starting with B? Banquet. Put together, it would read Bassin Street Banquet. That's it. That's the Riddler's crime clue. The big civic charity banquet is being held in the Bassin Street Hotel tonight. Let's go. I'll bet the Riddler didn't think we'd solve his riddle so quickly. Soon after the banquet, and as the mayor of Gotham City, I will... Batman? What? The Riddler has he been here yet? The Riddler? Who's he? Mayor, a water main has been burst. It's flooded the bank nearby. A bank flooded? A bank wet. That's what the Riddler really meant. He tricked us neatly. But the bank's only a few doors away. We can still stop him. But at the bank, a water main was cut to the flood. The bank's underground vaults. But there's someone down in the vaults now, wearing a diver's helmet. So that's the Riddler's scheme. Guard every exit. When he comes up, grab him. The alarms can ring, but the police can't come after me till they get helmets. This combination is no puzzle of the Riddler. I had also figured out my escape from a seemingly puzzle trap. Now I'll let the water drain into the sewers and take me with it. Soon after that, there's how he got out. Robin, we underestimated his puzzle crook. We're in for a tough fight. Later, at my lair... Ha ha! By the time I'm finished, the Riddler will have Batman baffled. The next day, we were hired to bring these truckloads and this letter to the police commissioner. He's inside with Batman. This giant puzzle holds the clue to my next crime. If you can solve it in time, the Riddler. Who hired you to bring this? I don't know. We got a phone call and picked up the stuff on a vaccine lot. It's a jigsaw puzzle, but one of huge size. Where can you find a room big enough for us to assemble it in? There's a football stadium, but I'll need plenty of manpower. I'll send along all of the men you need. Soon after, Batman directs the fitting of the giant jigsaw puzzle by remote control. Ryan, the next piece goes to the left. No, I mean the overall shaped piece near Jackson's. Finally, after a long, perplexing effort, the answer is spread before them. An eagle's nest in Erie. And there's an Erie nightclub atop a town down. Skyscraper. We'll be ready for the Riddler this time. Later, you go on up to the nightclub, Robin. I want to check on something first. Okay, I'll call you by my belt radio if the Riddler shows up. The Erie nightclub in the sky. No sign of the Riddler yet. While nearby in a wealthy art lover's mansion. Ha ha! Batman wouldn't guess that the eagle's nest, I meant, is the home of Harrison Eagle, the millionaire collector. Wouldn't I? I figured out your game of wits was a crooked game. I thought you might. So I prepared a little puzzle to keep you busy just in case. Here it is. Look, that gag is slowly smoothing, Mr. Eagle. Unless you solve this puzzle and free him quickly, he'll die. And here's the oldest riddle of all for you. Where was Batman when the lights went out? A smoke bomb. By the time the dense smoke clears, the Riddler will get away, and I can't follow him, knowing Eagle will suffocate inside that puzzle. Now Batman matches his wits against a highly complex puzzle with a life at stake if he fails. I'll never find the secret off this puzzle in time to save him. Wait, the little nicks of some of these steel rods were obviously made when the rods scraped against each other. By carefully following a tiny nick showing how the rods were fitted together, Batman undoes the puzzle. Just in time to... Afterwards, it is a grim Batman who rejoins Robin. The Riddler's staging a crime parade in this town. That we've got to stop. That man's dangerous. Meanwhile, that will do nicely for my final challenge to Batman and Robin. A riddle to rid me of them. For good! Next morning, a driverless truck hurtles wildly down a Gotham City street with an amazing challenge. We'll be killed! Dear Batman, here's a corny riddle to tip you off to my next job. Why is corn hard to escape from? Suddenly, something cuts off the carrying juggernauts. It's the Batmobile. Corn suggests a cornmeal, bad jokes maze. Maze, another name for corn. A maze is hard to escape from. And there's a big glass fun maze out at Pleasure Pier amusement park. At the amusement park Pier, I'll take your receipts by means of an acrostic to you. Help! Police! Abruptly, there he goes, into the maze. If you want me, come and get me. In the depths of Glass Labyrinth, the Wizard of Quiz eludes the groping duo. Ouch! I ran into another pane. Pains and pains are all you get for your trouble. Now to slip back out by the secret trial I marked. Once outside the maze, I seal the trap I have repaired. Now, there's no way out of the maze, but they don't know that, of course, it's unfair, but that's why I always win. I've hidden a bomb in the maze. It will blow up the whole maze in half an hour. And you with it, unless you can find your way out. This is a shatterproof glass. We can't break through. We'll have to find the entrance we came in for. I'll scratch the glass panels with the diamonds on my badge. The blazed trial is to make sure we don't wander in a circle. Tense minutes pass in a hopeless search for an exit that no longer exists. I'm positive this was the entrance, but it's been closed up by the Riddler. There's no way out. And he's waiting to see that bomb destroy us. We've got one chance, but it's a long one. Gather up this carpet from the floor and pile it against this panel. What? Then Batman scrapes a match. Fire won't crack open this shatterproof glass. No, but heat expands metal more than it does glass. If it expands the metal frame just enough, we can push one pane out of its loosed metal frame like this. They got out! Down, Robin. That bomb is due to go off. Help! I'm trapped out here at the end of the pier. I've lost the game. Yeah! Moments later, look, a question mark. That came off the Riddler's costume when he drowned. Or perhaps he escaped drowning and left it there to puzzle us. Only time will solve that riddle. That was then. This is now. The new life of the Riddler is just beginning. And that's the story of how I became the crime-puzzled master.